that crap.
Yep.
All right, and we're live.
We're live. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
What's up?
All right.
Hello, internet. You sexy neckbeards, you.
All right, I am Toglin, Hell's Harlequin, but you may call me Tog. And everybody introduce yourselves.
Hi, Kaizen here.
Dottie.
What's up, everybody? This your boy Pat coming at you once again.
Hey, it's Warlord Ralts. I guess I'm awake and kind of sober.
Kinda.
Well, you're more fun.
We should figure.
You're more fun when you're not sober, so it all works.
Yep.
All right, so this is just simply a celebration stream where we're talking about that I hit 1K. Yay!
Right.
And
Right.
Yay!
Congratulations.
I don't think there's anyone watching yet, so
That's it.
Isn't this where it starts to you start to really get more and more people?
pretty much. We
I don't see how y'all do it. I mean,
1K?
I had a channel. No, I mean I had a channel for a while, and I just couldn't. I just couldn't be asked to put forth the effort to maintain it.
Sounds like you lazy.
Oh, I've never denied I'm lazy.
I go months without. It was really shocking to me. I think I went 3 months without posting anything, and I was expecting my channel to be dead. And I actually had more subscribers when I came back than before. And I'm like, "Oh, you guys are all so sweet. You're still here. I was expecting you to be gone."
When Twitch slapped down the nudity rules on video games, it really hurt me.
Well, not really nudity rules. I mean, people were still playing that Conan game and being naked in it.
Yeah, but I was playing like Skyrim and Fallout 4 Adventures of the Naked Avenger. You know, load
is
up
there any better
patches.
Avenger?
No. Load up the excessive blood patch, load up the excessive gore patch, load up the nudity patch, and then
kill the gore patch. I love it.
My husband likes to play Skyrim as a pregnant wolf girl, completely naked with giant boobs.
Well, that sounds like
you know what? I think I may have seen him on one of the other Discords I'm in.
Although I did have a really popular run for about 2 months when I was playing Fallout 4 Fat Girl with a Minigun. And I used Body Slide to make, a fat girl. And gave her a minigun.
I don't know if my husband's into fat girls or not, because whenever he can create a character, he gives them like as big of thighs, chest, arms, legs, but then gives them a tiny waist. So I'm like, I don't know. He's just into unrealistic proportions.
If they're not going to snap in half from their own weight, then it's not proportionate enough.
Right.
Hourglass muscular.
Well, I thought it was funny to have this chick, huge and with a minigun. Oh, and I loaded up the Jiggle Physics mod, so when she fired that thing, it was just.
It sounds like the perfect feminist hero.
Yes.
Just make sure she's also ugly as fuck, and everyone tells her she's beautiful.
I've never understood that.
Me neither.
It gets to a point where it stops being healthy.
Yeah, I don't understand this whole. I hate the realistic body proportion art where they simply make a girl chubby and give her no boobs. In fact, sometimes they make them look less womanly because they give them the waist of a tree trunk. I'm like, how is that a realistic body proportion? Are you saying that's how women are supposed to look? I'm not sure how that's more realistic.
They're all flabby potatoes.
Yeah, no. I was looking at guides on how to draw, fat people because they are fun to draw, and this guy was giving shit to somebody who drew a chubby girl but most of the fat on her thighs, so she was pear shaped instead of a volleyball.
I just got a comment saying that I don't really upload anymore. Actually, I've been uploading more lately than I have for a long time because I've been uploading, around every 2 weeks?
You even put out a video game review.
That got no views, but hey, you guys on Discord said you wanted it.
What game did you review?
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Kingdom Farts 3.
Yeah.
I liked it overall, but like I said in my review, I was disappointed.
Yeah, they did seem to tone it down from the first and second one.
Yeah, but it seems like lately, like with the whole live streaming thing really popping off with everybody, with the whole YouTube thing, trying to get like the hours in order to monetize. Yeah, a lot of people have gone to just like live streaming instead of just dropping down content. It's like I still try to do it from time to time, but I get a little lazy because I work. So it's like when I get off, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to drop down some content, but I'm going to take this nap first. And by that time,
yeah. Well, I'm always like, okay, I'm going to work on this chapter for this next book, and then I look up and it's 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, whoops, I was an ally.
All right, so I found out that I had my camera on. So stream, I hope you enjoyed seeing the the top of the garage unit I use as a desk.
We saw the top of your head. Like all we saw was your hair.
Ah, yes, my sexy hair.
My hair is sexy.
And I noticed your camera shut off like right after we started going live, so nobody really saw anything.
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't mind showing my face because I'm quite pretty, but I just don't have a webcam.
Yeah, no, I don't.
And humble.
Yes, I'm very humble.
Yeah, no, I don't have a microphone for my I can plug into my computer, so I just have to rearrange my entire setup to do this on my phone.
I got one of those snowball mics.
And
yeah, I heard those are good for the price.
I just wandered into the front room, plugged my phone into the wall, sat on the couch, and plugged in earphones. You guys are all
I'm still at my desk because this chair is comfy as fuck.
I think I probably put more work into my videos than I need to, but oh well.
If it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing.
Right?
Amen.
It's worth doing, it's worth half-assing.
That's actually something RuPaul said is why do if you can overdo. I love RuPaul. You know, you would think I'd be one of those SJW feminists just because of my taste in things, but I'm not. That's just weird.
I mean, it's fine to be a liberal and not be red hair, ugly makeup, screaming at a politician's face.
My hair is naturally red.
Call me ma'am!
Call me ma'am!
Oh, God.
It's ma'am!
That was so hilarious.
Oh, God, those things. Oh, my God.
I will take my phone and go to the back door.
Look, I mean, come on. That guy wasn't even trying. Like, give me 20 minutes of makeup, I shave my beard, I can look like a chick.
That's what gets me right there, man. It's like all these screeching ass supposed trends and things like that. They don't even put no effort. All they basically do, they put on women's clothing and demand that you just call them.
They demand that you call them Zier.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons I
prefer Sklee.
That's why I left the left coast, man. Because I lived in a very liberal area, second only to Portland. So,
God. All right. I can't do Portland, man. I'd hurt somebody up there.
I actually go to Portland almost once a year, but that's because there's family down there. I've never actually had issues with anyone, but I guess I just haven't lived there, only visited.
I went to the VA there a couple times, and it did not end well.
I like the Lovecraft bar though. That place is pretty awesome. They actually have a gothic bar, and that just makes me jealous.
And they have incomprehensible tentacle monsters.
Is it one of the old school goth bars, or is it like these new clubs that play goth techno bullshit music.
They play both old school goth as well as newer stuff.
Alright, that's fair, that's fair.
The drinks are really overpriced and there's no alcohol in them, I swear. Like, they're alcoholic beverages, they put a teaspoon of alcohol and they still charge you $7 for it.
I mean, that sounds like a bar. If you really want to get drunk, you drink at home.
Now, I don't know, have you been to the bars up here? Like, you'll order a drink and you'll just see them, like, pouring a whole bunch of rum and then they're like, oh yeah, I was supposed to add a little soda to this, here you go.
Well, that's because
Well, I mean, I live like 4 hours away from New Orleans, so yeah, that's about how they serve drinks here.
And you actually say it New Orleans, because I've been told by people that it's New Orleans.
New Orleans.
I say, well, I'm in the Houston area, so I got a weird mix of the southern Houston accent and a little bit of Cajun from my family. It just fluctuates.
You're in where?
I'm in the.
Yeah, you said you're in Houston. Yeah, I'm in Texarkana.
Shit, I'm just north of you guys up here in Kansas. Kansas, bloody Kansas.
And me and Kaizen are in the only state that matters.
Yep.
Oh, you mean the state that even Russia didn't want?
You mean California?
Okay. Can we just let California secede from the nation, please?
Man, I'm telling you, it's one thing used to piss me off. You know, I'd be fucking going to the store. There'd be some non-driving fuckwit with rainbow hair in front of me, and I'd look down, sure as shit, California plates. Every fucking time.
California.
I don't know, like, a lot of the Californians that come up here seem to be like the odd right-wing Californians from Fresno. So it's kind of...
No. You get into Northern California where it's mostly farmers. They're all red. They're all Republican.
Yeah. It's SoCal where you just snap off and huck into the ocean.
Yeah, wasn't there a talk of splitting California in two so that the people who, are Republicans actually get a say?
Yeah.
I actually really like Northern California. It's not so horribly hot, and it's prettier countryside, I think, because the redwoods are gorgeous.
Well, SoCal's been sucking all the water out of North and Central California, so that a lot of the fucking orchards have been dying.
You want to talk about heat? Try having Southern California when you're 3 miles from the coast and the air feels like mud.
I remember being in San Bernardino visiting some relatives, and I'm just like, wow, it feels like when I open up my oven door. It's just horrible because I am not used to heat. I'm not used to heat at all. I've lived up here since 1990.
Yeah, no, it doesn't get that cold down here, but because of the humidity, you can actually see ice crystals in the air sometimes.
Someone in the chat said, try Australia. You know, I've always wanted to go to Australia. They have crocodiles and other really... I actually wanted to be a herpetologist. I wanted to be a herpetologist when I was a kid. So, of course, I wanted to go to Australia. I've also really wanted to go to, like, Florida and New Orleans and stuff to see their reptiles because I'm got a weird fascination with reptiles.
Yeah, we got awesome reptiles down here. Lots of things that can kill you.
Yeah, we have no reptiles. Yes, that is another reason I want to go to Australia. There's no bears.
There's Barry.
Well, he's not a real bear. Okay. I actually have ursophobia, and I'm not joking about that.
Take my card, buy 2 big cans of Monsters, and buy a big bottle of a wild turkey lamb.
Hey, does any of you guys have any phobias? Since I just admitted my big fear.
Highly aquaphobic.
I've got one, but it's really weird.
Trypophobia.
Oh yeah, you and your weird fear.
Oh, that's a really easy one to mess with.
I don't have it as bad as others, but I get a weird feeling if I stare at an image for too long that has such qualities.
Oh, so that breast picture that was running around circa 2003.
Okay, I know those are fake, but those, yes.
I used to get teased a lot when I was a kid because of my ursophobia, because it's gotten a lot better as I've become an adult, but you know that it's actually a phobia is a fear or disgust, and for me, bears are a mixture between fear and disgust, so I used to get made fun of and people tried to give me teddy bears and I'd throw them at them.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much me with roaches. I can handle the big wood roaches, but it's those little German ones.
I can handle some bears. I think polar bears are kind of pretty and pandas are adorable, but I don't know why they're cute, but brown bears and black bears are not. Maybe I'm racist. I only like white bears.
Yeah, right bears. Pandas are friend shaped.
They have different face. They have a shorter muzzle and they got like rounder eyes, so maybe that's part of it. Yeah, I only like white bears. Those brown and black bears, they can go away.
we should, we should give them their own college campuses. That way they're safe from the white bears.
Right.
Yes.
Give them their own movie awards.
Yes, they get their own movie awards.
Oh, and their own water fountains too.
Yeah,
we got to make sure no white bears spit in their water fountain.
Right, it's very oppressive for them to see polar bears. It's very triggering.
Yeah. So what? They get the NAACB award?
National Black Bear Award.
What? Why is her heart broken now?
That's my mommy's.
Yeah, but me, it's like, I am hugely afraid of heights.
I can see that one.
It's been that way since child. It's like I can go a certain height, but it's like like really really up there. Like don't expect me to like be on be visiting like the Eiffel Tower or the Statue of Liberty anytime soon and be looking around like, wow, I'm on top of the world. No, I'm not. Shit.
I can handle heights from buildings, and I'm okay as long as my feet are secure, but certain fair rides can definitely terrify me. Like if I go upside down or anything, that's just really scary because it feels like you're falling, and I don't really like that free falling feeling, especially if it's an upside down thing.
Yeah. I was going to conquer my roller coaster fear until I saw Final Destination 3, and I'm like, yeah, ain't going to happen.
I've never been on a roller coaster.
Yeah, no, I actually can't do roller coasters because I'm a short guy that weighs 100 pounds.
Oh,
so that little safety bar isn't gonna hold me.
Yeah, you're just gonna slip right through.
You're gonna slip right out.
So you have the opposite problem of the like fat acceptance people.
Yeah, we need skinny acceptance. We need amusement park rides with just plastic cages on them for people like me.
Should I just bring a booster seat for you when we go to Disneyland?
Yes.
Yeah, speaking of fat acceptance, that has really been working my nerves as of lately because lately, oh god, the queen of them all and stuff like that. She's been calling herself getting in shape and shit like that, but yet she's still trying to push the healthy at every size thing. I'm like, you gotta pick one or the other. You can't have your cake and eat it too. But well, in her case, you can.
What do you guys think of Amberlyn Reed?
Reaches a point where it's not healthy. I know a guy who does judo. And he's built like a brick shithouse. He's got all this muscle, but he's also got a layer of fat on him. Doesn't harm him. A little chubby, but he's healthy. That's healthy fat. That's fine.
Well, he does more than just walk to the kitchen table in the fridge.
Oh yeah. He can throw a fucking bus if he wanted to.
You ever looked at some of the freak show you see on YouTube? Jesus Christ. I saw this woman, she had a roll of fat on her forehead.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
The Slayton sisters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually trying to drop... Actually, this is a good chance for me to announce that I'm making a vlogging channel called Tog's Fitness Vlog. Or weight loss vlog, sorry.
Do we get to see you in yoga pants?
Probably. Actually, no, I wear those tight running pants instead. You know what I'm talking about.
Same difference.
Yeah, they're pretty close, but due to having a baby and stuff, I've gained a bit of weight. Or I should say I've gained a bit of squish, because my weight is very strange to me, because I've been 190 pounds in a size 8. I've been 190 pounds in a size 16. I've been 170 pounds and a size 14, and I've been 220 pounds and a size 14. So I don't understand how my body just has a lot of density sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't.
I've been a 34 waist since I was 14. So
yeah, I don't know. I just well, Kaizen's seen me in real life. I have crazy amount of muscle for a girl, don't I? Kaizen.
Oh, where you go?
He vanished.
Tell us about Tog's biceps.
It's more in my legs. I have those like where you can see each muscle individually in the legs.
Oh, you got thunder thighs.
Yeah,
Sorry, someone
I
was
do.
just talking to me.
Tell them about my legs.
She has legs.
They're impressively
She's
muscular,
got
though, aren't they?
legs.
Yeah. I guess.
Yes. You're not helping. And here I'm bragging about myself. You're not backing me up.
Yep, just making yourself look so humble.
If you are truly that great, then you don't need backup. Nothing I could say could make it any better.
I'm just the most humble person ever.
Yeah. My thing with the body part to move is
I'm such a good person.
Oh no, Tog, I am way more humble than you.
It's like they encourage all these big people to stay big and things like that, and then it's like, but they don't tell them like all the dangers that's going to go down with being that size. And these are the same people that you'll be seeing like on shows like My 600-Pound Life, blowing out of control, talking about if I don't lose this weight, I'm going to die and I need this surgery. And it's like, it's hard to have sympathy for them then when you try to warn them all that time, like, all right, you need to lose the weight, otherwise you're gonna. But they keep listening to people.
I do feel a little bad for these people because a lot of times they learned all these unhealthy eating habits from their parents.
That is true.
It's kind of hard. Go ahead.
Once you reach over 300, it's probably your fault.
I do feel really bad for fat kids. I had an issue with my first son where he just wasn't eating. He was a very picky eater, and I had OCS called on me 3 times because he just wasn't gaining weight. And well, he was, but not enough. And they thought I was starving him, but it was funny because when he was put into other care, he lost even more weight than with me, so they gave him back. So,
a similar thing happened with my mother because my older brother is like me. He was always skinny. So she got CPS called on her because she has these 2 little skeletons walking around the playground.
Well, I just think that if they're going to call the cops on me for my son not gaining weight, why don't they call the cops on, like, the parents who have their 80-pound 2-year-old?
Have you ever put up with those people?
Because diabetes kills slower than starvation.
Have you ever put up with those people? Have you ever interacted with for any length of time when they want something? I mean, I've got patience. I'm a patient man. And if they weigh like 300 or 400 pounds and come rolling in fucking wanting something, they get on my last nerve in less than 10 minutes. They are the most entitled, selfish, arrogant, egotistical fucking give my child everything that I want them to deserve you will ever meet.
I actually had a friend. I'll call her a friend because we hung out a lot in high school, and she claimed she was 280 pounds, but I wouldn't doubt if she was 380 pounds.
What do you know? I didn't say
but she was also 6 feet tall, so she was still a really big girl. But anyways, she was really mean to me. Whenever we weren't in public, she'd say really mean things like I should wear baggier clothes because guys are just staring at my tits. They were only nice to me because I have tits. I think she was really jealous of the fact I was bustier than her and she was fatter than me. I don't know, but she was really, like, this sounds almost like compliments, but it wasn't. It was really, like really mean. She was always bullying me.
What?
Neither of us.
Yeah.
Because, there's the teasing type of mean, and then there's just the mean type of mean.
Well, too many of these people don't know the difference anymore.
I think it has to do with how you say it to someone.
Yeah, definitely how you say it.
Because there's, dang, you should wear a baggier shirt. And then there's, you should wear a baggier shirt because you're getting a lot of unwanted attention. And
or like attention that I wanted that you're getting.
And, you know, that's the only reason people are nice to us. You know, he was like, it would be as simple as we'd go to a restaurant and the waiter would be extra nice. And she's like, he's only being nice and paying attention because he's staring at your chest. And she just made me feel really self-conscious about these things.
Well, you know, that's why you wore that shirt anyway.
I think I was wearing an anime t-shirt at the time. It wasn't even like cleavage or anything. It just fit, you know, it wasn't baggy and it wasn't tight.
Plot twist. The waiter was gay and just really liked that show.
Right? Yeah, he's just like, oh, I love Ranma. Favorite show ever.
Well, you know, all these people think that nobody wants any attention but them. You know, it's like, oh, you shouldn't dress that way. Guys will look at you. You know, what if she wants guys to look at her? I mean, yeah, I get it that, you know, mandatory homosexuality is the SJW thing, but I'm sorry, some of us didn't sign up for your freak show.
Yeah, I don't think my friend back then was an SJW. I think she was just fat and insecure.
So she was a proto-SJW. She was fat and insecure.
Yeah, she was a proto-SJW. I haven't seen her in many years, but she might be one now. I wouldn't doubt it. She had knee surgery 4 times before she turned 18 because of her weight on her joint.
Holy shit.
All right.
Well, you can't be like 300 pounds before you're 18. That's just not good for anyone.
Mm-hmm. And that's like one of the things I'm saying, you know, being overweight, it starts attacking your body frame, mainly like your joints, because you put all your pressure right there, you know.
The joints, the heart, the lungs, even.
Mm-hmm.
A real wake-up call is, have you guys seen the post-mortem of obesity?
No.
The lady is, she was only 250 pounds, and she had all of these, and she died of like obesity-related causes. And her heart was like 3 times normal size, and it's just freaky.
Yeah, I'm like right now, it's like me, it's like I weigh 240, but you know, I'm mostly athletic, but it's like, you know, sometimes it takes like you know, a little toll on my legs, you know, just hold this right here. That's why I have to stay in shape, you know, exercise and like, you know, to keep myself going right there. But it's like, I know as time goes by, I'm gonna have to drop some of this muscle I got.
And I'm gonna say, you know, I'm the oldest one in here, and I'm gonna just come out and say it. You know, you don't think about it when you're in your 20s because, you know, you're never gonna die and you're always gonna be good looking. But you get on the wrong side of 40 and every broken bone, every old muscle, every blown joint comes back to haunt you.
Wait, always get to be good looking? When do those start? When do those thoughts start?
No shit. I mean, I get up in the morning and I make, you know, I clench my hands into fists and you hear my knuckles cracking for like 2 or 3 minutes. I'll be opening and closing my hands to work the stiffness out. And my hands just crunch.
Well, don't you know that every morning you're supposed to look in front of a mirror and say, would I fuck me? Oh, yes, I would fuck me so hard.
Every morning, every night, and sometimes when I duck into the bathroom at work.
Oh, my gosh. Speaking of body positivity on Twitter, have you seen like the latest Gillette Venus tweet?
Not the one.
No.
Oh,
I know
God.
Gillette's gotten weird.
Wild Turkey 120, not the one.
So a couple of days ago, they tweeted out like, go out and slay the day, and I don't know what it is. And so they got this picture of, I don't know who this lady is, but it's like she's overweight like a motherfucker. And so basically, I just basically tweeted out like, you know, like whatever y'all do, man, don't go to this tweet right here, you know, shaming this woman right here, because that's exactly what Gillette wants you to do, just so they can virtue signal some more and all that right there and start screaming my body positivity and shit. And it's like you can tell they did this exactly for that reason, like, you know, like, oh yeah, people are gonna come in here, they're gonna shame this big ass woman right here, and we're just gonna like, you know, push it as much as we can so we can sell our product.
Well, do they think that what I want to know is, do they think that shit really works? Because I don't need my shaving company lecturing me on behaving myself when I'm willing to either not shave or just sharpen something up really good and run it across my face. I don't need their Gillette fucking 12 blade super handle self lubing vibrating fucking razor. Thanks, a fucking 29-cent Bic will do me good for 2 or 3 days.
What's really bad is
I've just been using clippers for like 3 years now. Hasn't really affected me much from switching from razors.
I still use Gillette, and I don't think I can stop because they're the only brand that doesn't shred my legs. Because I've got really super fine leg hair, and everything else is like made for cutting weeds or something. Because I'll put it on my legs and it'll just shred me to ribbons.
I mean, you could try a sugar scrub.
I don't think my legs hair is quite that fine. It's like between that.
You could try not being a Sasquatch.
It's like I don't use razors. I use like trimmers, and I used to go this place called what is Wall-Well? I don't know what it is. WHAL. I mostly use their products. I don't think I've ever even used Gillette. So it's like and after all the virtue signaling and stuff that they're doing right now, I seriously doubt I'd ever use them anyway.
Well, if you close shave, don't you get the black guy bumps?
Well, not as much, because
I know Kaizen has a big problem with shaving. Because didn't they even make an exception for you in the military?
Oh, dang.
Shaving profile.
Oh, those.
Dude, my skin
new to this
back then was
new to the stream.
My skin back then was so...
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, because I had a friend who had a shaving profile because he'd get those big, giant-ass razor bumps and shit like that every time.
Oh, yeah. Back then I kind of had some acne on my face, and they would force me to shave in like 5 minutes or less just to get out the door on time and stuff for basic training. And my face would be bleeding massively every single day, and so they eventually sent me to I want to say like a minor nurse where you say, hey, I have some shaving issues, and they give you a shaving waiver. Then when the MTIs come over, why aren't you shaving? I'll just pull up this paper. I'm like, haha, bitch.
You got the coveted no shaving shit.
Yeah, but I never had
word
pass.
Want to introduce yourself?
Me?
Yes.
Well, my name's Spirit, and I'm a hippo. Well, an Australian hippo.
Interesting. You know something really weird about hippos I found out when I watched an autopsy on them, or a dissection of them? They're not fat.
Milk?
No, hippos are not fat. They actually have very little body fat.
You have any extra water?
That's actually first time someone knew that.
And a lot of guts.
Mixed with water.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just
closet.
They just have a weird digestive system. That's why they look fat.
Hey, guys,
Also,
what branch were you in?
Air Force.
No, that's not part of the. There's only 2 branches of the military: the Army and the Navy, because the Air Force is a corporation and the Marine Corps is a cult.
Well, I was in the Air Force, and I was in basic training for a total of 20 weeks because I could not get past their physical standards. I mean, I could
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I could do...
Wait,
okay,
did they have physical standards for you to sit in a chair all day?
No.
What, you couldn't walk up the stairs into the chow hall?
I could do the physical standards, but not within the time that they wanted. I'm not a fast dude. Yeah.
Everyone's gonna think you're like some really fat neckbeard now because you have like a lot of
underweight for a little while.
A fat neckbeard who got paid to just remote control drones.
I'm picturing him as some dude that weighs like 83 pounds, and the DI's road's like, Jesus Christ.
No. You be quiet.
You were 130 earlier this year.
No, 140 because I was in the hospital, not because of my natural weight.
I'm just teasing you. I'm sorry.
140.
You got exposed, dude.
Ruptured appendix. That's what it was, and I lost 15 pounds in like 3 days.
Oh, ruptured appendix sucks.
That's one heavy appendix.
Oh.
Yeah, my appendix ruptured and my unit kept me out in the field.
Oh, you could have died.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
I would have died that night.
Out of all of my organs that have issues, my appendix is still fine so far.
I was ruptured for about 3 days, apparently. That's what they told me.
Oh,
damn.
You start going into peritonitis.
How are you still alive?
Okay, so I was told that I would be in agonizing pain as soon as it happened. Well, it wasn't. I felt uncomfortable, but I didn't think it was an appendix rupture because it wasn't in the right place. But apparently, you feel it there commonly when you rupture your appendix. But I went in and they said my blood's all contaminated. The dead tissue was spreading throughout my intestines and stuff, and I would have died that night if I didn't go in.
Damn.
The only time I actually felt true agonizing pain was like 10 minutes before we actually got to the hospital, and oh my goodness, it was horrible.
I visited him in the hospital, and it was really weird because he looked like a corpse. He was gray, literally gray, yet he was so upbeat. He's like, "Oh, I feel so much better now. I'm great." And I'm like, "You're gray."
I'm great.
You know, now that all the blood's drained out of my brain, everything seems really okay.
Like he's undead.
I'm just a head. I feel great. I lost a lot of weight.
Like, by the way, I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. Can you come here a second?
New weight loss fad. Brought your penguins to lose 15 pounds weight.
Yes, lose 15 pounds in 3 days by almost dying.
Yeah.
Oh, and apparently the nurse...
I mean, isn't that juice cleansing?
Apparently the nurse that was looking at me when I went in didn't think it was ruptured appendix because I wasn't in agonizing pain enough. I'm not even kidding. He just looks at his papers and he looks at me. He's like, "Does it hurt here?" I'm like, "Yes." And he's like, "Does it hurt here?" And then like an hour later, that's when everyone just rushes in like, "Oh shit, we got to start working on this person right now. We're putting you into surgery in like the next hour. We're setting you up." But
I think he's one of those thick ones, those thick nurses that is this fine? Is this fine? Doesn't give a fuck about his job.
Probably.
Oh, for me,
For
me, I was too close to an explosion, and my guts hurt, and I complained about it, and I'm like, "Yeah, I think I need to go on sick call," and they were like, "No, you don't."
Here's an ibuprofen.
And they didn't even do that. They just went, "Get back to work." And like 2 days later, I came back from the field back to my unit, and it was a Friday, and I was sweating, and I could barely stand up straight, and I was drinking whiskey. And I woke up the next day sick. And I mean, I was so sick. And I managed to get to I staggered to the chow hall, which was like a half mile. And then ate a little bit and then went in and threw it up. And there was blood in it. And I was like, this isn't good. And I got back to the barracks and I'm telling them, "Hey, you guys need to call me a fucking ambulance or something wrong." The smart ass CQ, "Oh, you're an ambulance." I made it about halfway down titty territory when I grayed out. And they pulled me back down to the CQ desk, and they're like, "Oh, he'll be fine. He's just hungover." And they took me to the dispensary, and they pressed on my side, and I screamed, and the doctor was like, "Oh, he's probably just hungover and has gas." And the doctor was like, "No, I know this guy. He came in after he walked on a broken leg for 2 weeks. Sent him to Darmstadt." And they sent me to Darmstadt, and I was in there, and they took my blood. They left, and they came back like 15 minutes later, and they said, "Okay, we're going to slap this mask on you. We're going to cut away your clothes and count backwards from 100. And I woke up in the recovery room, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, your appendix had ruptured. You had to start a peritonitis." And what did my command do? They tried to give me an Article 15 for not going to sick call.
Wow.
Hey.
You tried to go to sick call and the fuckers just stopped you.
I have a friend who suffers from some military bullshit like that too. It's tragic.
Hey, you guys, shut up!
This was back in the bad old days when they did not give a fuck.
You guys.
You two are going to the pound. You knock over the garbage one more time and I'm taking you both to the fucking
What is it?
pound.
Ah! Magog's here!
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I told you guys to shut up.
I thought you were just being mean.
Yeah. What a meanie. Sheesh.
What's going on?
Within a story.
Act as if this is your stream. Oh.
Yeah, I know. I'm so entitled.
Just an entitled cis white male.
What up, everybody?
Hello.
What's up, dude?
Oh, I've never heard your real voice.
Yeah, I don't feel like doing the thing.
Wait, I'm
sense.
kind of new. What thing?
I have to save my voice because side quest is tonight.
Ooh.
Makes sense.
Yep, side quests, Monday and Friday nights.
You've been ghosting me for a while. I didn't know if you'd join us or not.
I wasn't ghosting you. I was ignoring you.
Ouch.
Wait, that means the same thing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I hear tiny humans.
Hear that? You
Who has
offended
the tiny
him.
humans.
No, it's not like that. It's just I get a lot of messages. So if you message me and you get pushed down, I might not get to you. Yeah,
Oh, it's okay. I figured you were just like, I figured you had a lot of messages because your channel's like a lot bigger than mine.
yeah, I'm not doing too bad these days. Just gained another 400 or 500 subs last week. So
Nice, dude.
yeah,
I did a collaboration with Suit Yourself. Did you see that?
So, but the side quests, like I said, they're so enjoyable, man.
oh yeah, we have fun on that stream. Yeah, we have fun. And it was Weebo's birthday yesterday, so tonight we'll probably get shit-faced on side quests.
Yeah, we definitely had fun in that stream
sounds
right
like
there,
fun.
man. And like Beardy showed us a side of us that, man, I'm like damn, Beardy, it's kind of weirding me out how good you are at this makeup shit.
That man used to be a male stripper. Why does this surprise you?
that was a surprise to me because I didn't know.
I went on a date with a male stripper once. That was interesting.
So did I. I mean, friend of mine. friend of mine. Somebody told me once they did that.
Right. It was always a friend of yours. Always a friend.
Yeah.
Yep. Friends with benefits.
Enemies with benefits.
But no, I was starting to think that I would never hit 1K subscribers because I've been at 900 for a year. Like, I just figured that's just where my channel's gonna sit.
Last year wasn't my biggest year either, but you got to learn the algorithm. Once I switched my content up, started doing shorter videos more often, hitting the trending topics, getting those hashtags put in the description, boom, 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 subs started coming right back in. Just bam, bam, bam,
That's
bam,
my
bam.
problem
You
right
want
there.
to make that YouTube, you have to be an algorithm.
Hashtag give Elsa a girlfriend.
I don't hit the trending topics as much,
Yeah, you got to. Though here's the best advice I can give anybody looking to do content now that the algorithms have changed since the apocalypse. If you're on Twitter and you see some fucked up story or video and you feel like retweeting it and making a comment, don't make a video.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It could be 2 minutes long. If you have a thought in your head, make a quick little joke about it and pop it up, edit it together, boom, put it out there and hashtag the shit out of it.
I only do story writing.
You know, you got to play the rules, man. It's their platform, so you got to.
YouTube is slowly just becoming a Twitter full of videos.
I don't know. I'm not too bothered about not having that many subs because I enjoy making videos. But I've noticed the ones that get the most views for me is my story time videos. I don't know why, but people like my anecdotes.
But that's because you're at this size. You have mostly people who really, they're dedicated followers. They really like what you do. You start getting into the 30,000 range like me, you're going to get people like, I miss the old videos and trying to tell you what to do with your fucking content.
Right.
Oh, 30,000. So this is a good time to plug. I'm making a tabletop.
I've been making a lot of changes to my content, and everybody really likes it. It seems because I've upped my animation game.
Make what makes you happy. I still do that, but instead of just one video a week that's 16 minutes, I do a bunch of little ones, and it adds up to the same amount of time. I mean, is it really that big a deal? I'm a comedian. If it's a 2 or 3 minute long video, people still get a laugh. I mean, I'm still doing my job and enjoying what I do,
My videos are usually just 2 or 3 minutes long, though. That's how they've always been.
Oh, it just all depends on how patient you are with editing. I'm kind of OCD, so I've been from the beginning. You go back to even my earliest video, and it's like green screen effects, costumes, lighting, sets. Like I've just always wanted to do something really big and grand, even when I didn't have the budget for it.
Angry Joe.
I've been slowly adding more and more to my channel because now I'm actually fully animated. Like I've even gotten the lip sync in. Although I use a program for my lip sync, so sometimes it's a little odd, so I have to tweak it a bit, but only if it bugs me enough.
Yeah, it's kind of the same with what like Ghastly does over there at Fright Supremacy. He has a facial capture software to help him do the lip sync. Because if you were doing it the traditional way, it would take you a fucking week just to do like 1-2 minute video. I mean, you got to sit there and move the mouth up and down, and blah blah blah.
Oh my god! Me and Kaizen hand lip synced a video for Prince of Queens, and that was just nightmarish.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
It was an emotional mess for both of us.
Oh, we're not going to talk shit about him on live because I don't want to start drama. Because I'm
not talking shit about him. I'm talking shit about all the work that I put into something that I wish could look better.
All right. So you're just gonna talk shit about him in the Discord for close to 45 minutes.
Well, okay, that's how much I absolutely loathe the project. I'll say it. I absolutely hated the project I did for Prince of Queens. It was soul draining.
Didn't hate him. Hated the project.
No, I don't hate him. I don't really know him. How can I hate him?
I know.
Well, I hate most people I see on the street, and I don't know them.
It's been
actually, your boy Pat's seen the video.
When is knowing somebody a requirement to hate their fucking ass? I hate people that I just fucking see when I'm driving by. It's everything I have not to run them over with my fucking car.
Yeah. I noticed you commented on the video that I did.
You might be a sociopath, sir.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's called a medicated functioning psychopath. Thank you very much.
And everybody's getting labeled a sociopath and a psychopath.
Yeah. I don't care what you identify as. Okay.
Diagnoses don't count.
I don't care what you are, as long as you aren't, a schizophrenic.
I will kick you in your woman's penis.
Sport.
At least I got
a girl dick. Thank you very much.
What is it the V says? I put a pink ribbon around my cock. Now I'm a girl.
Okay.
Oh man,
that was the joke in my last video. That was my last joke. That was the very end joke in my Poe video last night. Until a 7-foot tall Russian exchange student shows up and kicks you in your woman's penis. When Magog is away, Poe comes out to play. Welcome to Midnight Dreary. Oh yeah, good times.
Oh, I like those videos. They're fun.
Well, yeah. This video round, I created a new segment for Poe just to cover politics. It's called Midnight Confidential, and he's got like a little fedora and tie on.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
a gumshoe detective, and it's like black and white.
One thing that everyone keeps asking me to cover is like YouTube drama between other YouTubers, and I'm like, no.
You can do that yourself.
Man.
It's probably
I don't do the blood sports crap.
It's like
I'm an entertainer. No.
That's like the 39.5-foot pole type of shit. Like,
No, I'm not.
Nah.
I'm just not into it. Like, I don't care what other YouTubers do. I'm doing my thing for my fans, and my fans love it. I'm trying to build the village so I can do the sitcom. I'm trying to get the land developed so I can move up there and build the studio. And I'm trying to do my comedy, and none of that involves fucking YouTuber drama. I don't care what one YouTuber said to another YouTuber. I don't give a fuck.
I left that shit behind in high school with, the other fucking kids.
Yeah, I'm really glad I have that level of fucking in my system, because I had that level of fucking in my system in high school. I was like, this is not real life. When I graduate, I'm getting the fuck out of here, and I'm never going to think of high school again. Y'all can go over there and cry that we're all leaving. You go ahead. I don't give a fuck. I didn't even go to prom. Fuck it. I had a job. I had work to go find. I had to go get a job.
I got a 30-year reunion. Somebody sent me a 30-year reunion invite, and I was like, I didn't like you motherfuckers back then.
Yeah, I don't like
the problem with getting out of high school these days is that nobody is growing the fuck up.
Yes, exactly.
No. And even high school reunions aren't that popular because of the invention of social media. People stay in contact.
Yeah,
back in the old days.
Hey,
Back in the old days,
that asshole from high school whom I hate and was a dick.
You know, back in the old days, unless you lived in the same town and bumped into each other now and again, you had to like have each other's fucking phone number or something. But now, it's like, oh, what have you been up to since the last time I talked to you on Facebook last week? Like, whatever. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You know, fucking my 20-year high school reunion was like 2 years ago, and they called. You know, I got an invite on Facebook, and everybody come. Dude, like 8 people showed up to that thing. Nobody fucking went. Well, nobody fucking went.
Well, was there at least free food and booze?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't go either.
It's not worth it.
The fuck would I go?
School, like, we're all just scattered around the damn United States and shit like that. So yeah, it's kind of hard to even meet up.
I don't know. I really love running into somebody I went to high school with because all the popular girls have gotten really fat or they're on meth.
Oh,
so it's just really funny to see them. There's no in betweens. They've either gotten really fat or they're on meth.
I know the type.
Especially like this one girl I used to know.
5 years.
That's exactly what she was. She was a popular girl. I mean, you know, she was beautiful, you know, had all the guys chasing her and things like that. Now she got about 5 kids. You know what I'm saying? You know, she had like this abusive boyfriend who's now in jail, and she just looks god awful. I mean, Jesus Christ, the meth just kicked her ass.
Yeah, I know the type. I bumped into like our quarterback from high school, and he was still like wearing his leather jacket with like red devils on the back and his fucking number. He was like talking about the glory days. And I'm like, you're a balding 37-year-old. Like,
yeah.
Was really the highlight of your fucking life? Seriously?
In defense of Letterman jackets everywhere, they are warm and comfortable.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, man.
Well, yeah, but for fuck's sake, move on, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get but it's the South, man. I live in the South. We're football towns. And sometimes that's the way it is. Those are the glory days for some people, man. Because that's the height of their fucking whatever. If they didn't go off the college ball, that's it for them, man. They end up having kids, and then they try to force their kids to do what they couldn't do.
Oh, you know? that shit right there, you know. The pageant moms and the sports dads, they are major down here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
See, they're the motherfuckers. Those are the motherfuckers that end up in the old folks' home eating applesauce and being all sad. Fuck that.
Yeah. I want to be able to look back on my life and be like, I built a medieval village. What did you do?
I came by and blew it up.
I know a lot of them be looking at me.
You're going to build a dragon and burn it down.
I know a lot of them already be looking at me and like, damn, like Pat, that's you because you know hell. Back in high school, I was a skinny little motherfucker, man. I was like, I did not have this frame like how I do right now, man. But I was a tiny little thing.
Yeah.
But they see me now on Facebook, like, dang, what happened to you?
That's when you show up at the high school reunion and we're like, where's that nigga picked on me? Where that motherfucker at? I remember you, Clint. I remember you. Oh shit, he's angry.
Like now what?
Every time I hear the name Clint, there was a guy I knew who was named Clint, and everybody called him Clit. So now that's what I think of whenever I hear someone named Clint. You know, for let's start
every time I hear Clint, I think of Clint Howard, Ron Howard's brother.
Yeah.
The dude with like the goofy ass fucking teeth and shit. Like he's into like every Ron Howard movie. He was the dude in Waterboy that had like, I would not be what you would call a handsome man. It's Clint Howard.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, Magog, what's your 5 favorite movies?
What?
What's your 5 favorite movies?
No. You don't. There's no such thing. You have to break that down into genre.
Yeah.
I'm a movie guy. I'm a filmmaker, quite literally. So there's no pick 5 of your favorite of all time. No, it's more like there's 100 of all time, but they're broken down into genres.
Okay,
what's like favorite fantasy movie for some reason?
Man after my own heart.
My number one fantasy is medieval fantasy genre movie.
You say Aragon, I'm going to kill you.
Is no, nobody picks that.
I had one guy.
Is Willow. Willow's
Willow was great.
Oh, Willow was good.
I need to watch that again someday. I have not watched it since I went to the theater.
Yeah.
I can easily say my favorite movie of all time, but then that's because I'm a dork. Dark City.
That's what?
Dark City.
Dark City's
good. Oh, for fuck's
sake. That's one of my favorite dystopian movies. It's in the top 5 of my favorite dystopian sci-fi movies.
What about City of Lost Children?
Don't really care about that one.
It was really weird. I like that one too, but it's not in my top 5.
One of my favorite movies of all time, though, regardless of genre. Don't laugh, because it's a great movie, and I will fucking kill anybody who doesn't like this movie. Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, that's an excellent
movie. That was amazing.
Jack Burton is one of my favorite characters of all time.
All right, can we get some love for the most underrated dystopian film out there, Repo the Genetic Opera?
Oh, I love that movie.
That wasn't terrible. I liked it.
I liked it better than the Repo Man.
It's not in my top 5, but it's good.
Oh god!
I actually have the soundtrack and I listened to it.
But then again, I'm not really partial to musicals, so for me to say it's good is saying something. Because
my favorite musical, you guys would laugh at. My favorite is Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. That movie is a riot.
That was actually my favorite movie as a kid.
My favorite musical, Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh yeah, that one's great.
I'm just.
I actually really, as a musical as well as an animated cartoon, I really like The Prince of Egypt.
I can't think of Rocky Horror Picture Show now without thinking about Tug's video that she did about Riley.
Prince of Egypt was good because it really played with that dynamic of Moses and Ramesses kind of like being brothers.
I did a little Photoshop thing and I put Riley Dennis's head on top of Tim Curry's body for saying he's not a transgender, he's a transvestite.
Just transvestite. My favorite Tim Curry role was Darkness in Legend.
What about Darth Sidious from Star Wars: The Clone Wars?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that.
Every time I hear trans, I just think, oh, what's it going to be this one? Is it going to be something else? A new one? It's always a new one every day.
I just love Tim Curry. He's my favorite part of B movies.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. I fucking stopped at a restaurant in Utah when I was heading out here to Kansas, and this fucking transvestite, transsexual something walked in, and I was like, dude, if you're going to wear a fucking prom dress, shave your fucking back. Jesus Christ.
At least make some effort.
Yeah, put some fucking effort into that shit.
Hey, Kaizen, what were you doing in a prom dress?
So you know, you got a little bit of a chat going, so I'd like to give a shout out there to Azriel's saying hi to me.
Such things.
What's up? What's up, Azriel? How you guys doing? Green Badgers in the chat. What's up? Can't ignore your chat when you have a live show.
I haven't been ignoring them.
Yes, you have. The stream is pure chaos.
Because it's just a hangout stream.
There's one movie that I do like that is a cartoon movie. Have any of you heard or seen Ed and Eddie Big Picture Show?
No, because I'm an adult.
Come on,
yes, and I am an adult. Fuck you.
I can't. Can't say that I have.
Your favorite My Little Pony.
I watched it. I'll own that.
It's put the series to justice. It was the last show, which was a shame because it was the last original cartoon Nickwood show.
What's your favorite political movies?
Thank you for smoking.
It's not a bad one.
Dr. Strangelove.
Can't remember exactly.
I'm here. I can walk.
Yep.
I mean, it's a classic.
You and your Nazi porn, Kaizen.
How we came to love the bomb.
We do not speak about such things.
You and your
we used to come back from working on the fucking on the nukes all fucking month and come back and watch that shit and just fucking laugh our asses off and get drunk.
Yeah, my favorite political movie is 13 Days. Kevin Costner.
Nazi porn. The best way to get banned from liberal discords.
Bruce Greenwood. Bruce Greenwood was John F. Kennedy, and Kevin Costner played his secretary, his chief of staff.
I don't actually watch too many political movies, but Thank You for Smoking is actually in my top 5 movies of all time. So,
The only political I remember was the this I can't remember the name. The when they went to go kill Saddam Hussein, that documentary kind of thing. Well, it wasn't a documentary; it was more like a movie.
You mean Osama bin Laden?
Oh, Zeitgeist was interesting. I've seen it, but I think
you talking about like
conclusions.
I can't remember the name. I just remember it was like how they went and killed Osama.
It was Zero Dark 30, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. I don't remember the name.
Zero Dark 30 was like the movie about how they got
that was less political and more the special operations community furiously masturbating to themselves.
Right. Yeah.
Somebody put in the chat Zeitgeist, and as I said, it was an interesting movie, but I thought it jumped to a lot of conclusions.
Sure. My favorite dystopian movie is 1983. I fucked you guys up, didn't I?
1984 is one of my favorite.
I wanted to know how many people would catch it. What was written in 1983?
What was that movie with the
84 is great. It's a great book.
Gems on the back of their hands. I remember. I really liked that.
The what's?
The ones with the gems in the back of your hand, and if you get too old, they kill
Logan's
you.
Run, you illiterate harlot.
How could we forget Logan's Run? That's a great movie.
I just forgot the name.
Watch your language. Don't make me get my white armor.
Seriously, with the way people act politically these days, if there's any movie / play, because it was a play originally, not a book. If there's any movie / play that people actually need to watch and understand that it's not a user's manual, it's a fucking warning, is The Crucible.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because that's literally what that movie is about, is just accusing people and then they end up getting fucking hung.
I actually haven't seen it.
It's all about mass hysteria and accusations and like without any kind of like due process or anything. It's the witch trials of Salem. It's the witch trials of Salem, but it was written as a metaphor for communism.
Yeah, because wasn't it written during the Red Scare?
Mm-hmm. Yep, The Crucible's a great movie too. The movie version of it has got Winona Ryder and Daniel Day-Lewis, and like it's a great movie. Yeah.
It's not similar to the shit that happened.
Dystopian, but most of the dystopians I've seen fall apart if you look at them closer than, say, 4 beers and a head wound.
Yeah.
I mean, books have had some good ones, but dystopians, and I mean, especially, I'm sorry, all you millennials out there and everybody born after the Cold War, but your dystopians are shallow, puerile, and shitty, and nobody gives a fuck about your teenage vampire lesbian clumsy named Whisker Basket who's fit at fucking 3-way. Nobody fucking cares. Your dystopian sucks.
Yeah, but the difference is, though, this is really what it is. The difference is you and us normal people see it as a dystopian. They see it as a utopian. That's the difference.
They can live in their own fantasy.
Because they're so goddamn unself-aware. Like they have no self-awareness whatsoever.
Yeah. Have you guys ever actually read the book Utopia? It's actually kind of funny because it was written definitely for its day. Because it was saying, this society, we shouldn't just hang thieves because they're probably thieves because of poverty reasons. Instead, we should put them into forceful slavery for about 7 or 8 years. That would be much, much more civilized and humane.
I have heard people legitimately argue that.
Well, what's funny is because at the time it was true because it was written in the 1500s. So it's just kind of funny when I hear the Utopia because I've actually read the book.
But death is definitely not the worst punishment.
No, that's an escape.
Yeah, the death. But the Utopia, it did inspire a lot of, important things that needed to happen. Like Utopia inspired Protestantism to break away from the Catholic Church. Things like that. That was kind of needed. The schism, the Catholic Church schism was definitely needed. They were getting way too much fucking power.
Oh, definitely.
They were becoming authoritarian as fuck. They had power over kings. Okay. Like that was getting a little out of hand.
Someone needed
It
to
smells
nerf
of hypocrisy in here. Well, if it isn't the Catholic Church.
Well, it's better than Bronze Age savages out in the fucking desert beating their fucking heads against rocks.
True.
I mean, you
that's
sure
kind
about
of
that?
low standards, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's some positive points to Islam. I mean, pussy isn't really hard to find. I mean, vagina's just a stone's throw away.
You can do no wrong.
Have you guys ever read some of those incel posts saying that Islam's better because with their arranged marriages, at least no man has to be an incel?
I'm guessing Tog just completely missed that punchline.
Yeah. I don't understand why all these people want to get
and in the Middle East, gay people fall for each other all the time.
Oh my. Oh my.
Oh, God. I am savage today. Savage. I'm going to get your stream shut down.
Little House gone complete.
What kind of zebra is that?
Complete overlord, yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
I've actually been thinking about covering some of the I've been wandering on Reddit a lot, so I was just thinking about covering some of the nonsense I've been seeing there.
Oh, there you go.
I got some nonsense if you wanted to hear.
Sure.
Have you guys ever heard of Save James?
Save
No.
James. Is that the hold on, is that the one about the child whose mom is forcefully turning them trans and the dad can't do a damn thing about it because the courts are.
Oh, you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was Desmond is Amazing or whatever.
No, his name is James.
I heard of the Desmond is Amazing thing.
Yeah, that's the little kid who performed at a gay nightclub and got up on stage and stripped and they threw money at him.
Yeah,
he's done it more than once.
Like 12.
He kept his clothes on, but it was a stripper routine.
It was a sexual dance for sure.
There you go, Tog. I promised.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow, wild turkey.
You know, the last time I had wild turkey, I ended up making out with a girl. So.
Hey.
All right, let's get her webcam.
Actually, it's a really funny story. It really is. There was this guy who was he was one of those, I was top basketball player in high school and I'm just awesome, right? So he went to my little house party and my roommate invited him. My roommate drank so much that he just kind of passed out in his room. And so I had this guy and a whole bunch of my roommate's friends there. And I had this friends with benefit at the time. He wasn't even a real boyfriend. And the basketball player dude said, "Hey, are you a good kisser?" I looked at my friends with benefit and he just shrugged and I'm like, "Oh, whatever." So then I kissed him and I'm like, oh, it was like putting my face against a bulldog who was licking peanut butter off the roof of its mouth. It was the worst thing ever. And I'm just like, I don't ever want to do that again. Then as the party started getting going, there was this other girl and he was hitting on her, and then the two of them kissed, and I saw the look on her face, and I'm like, bulldog eats peanut butter, and she's like, oh my god, it was like that. He's like, well, you're the one who's a bad kisser, I'm not. So then the girl's like, I'll test that, and then me and her started making out.
Well, that's the story that made my week.
Well, I'm happy. I'm going to bed. Excuse me. I'll be in my bunk.
What a day!
This is an interesting story, and I'd like to know I would like to know Pat's take on this. There's a recent video of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez giving a speech at a national black network, so it's primarily a black audience, and she pulls out the ghetto accent.
Oh my god, you're kidding!
Bonnet?
Yeah, I'm not joking.
Oh boy.
She was, doing all that, I was proud to be a bartender, all ghetto and shit. And I'm like, whoa, I'd be like, you fucking racist.
That woman, that woman is about as dumb as a motherfucking bag of rocks and shit like that. But then again, I'm not surprised when it comes to their side and shit like that, You got, you got Hillary Clinton, carry around a bottle of hot sauce and shit like that. Then you got Kamala Harris talking about she listened to Tupac and Biggie before they were Tupac and Biggie and shit.
Yeah, it's all to get the black belt. She even pulls out in this video. I just finished watching it. It's only 5 seconds. She even pulled out the "ain't nothing wrong with that."
Oh, hey, Talk. They can't see us in the stream, can they?
No.
Oh, here, check it out.
Oh wait, I think. Oh wait, I think they can.
Yeah, that's a tiny human.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have a tiny human. She's taking a nap.
Her mom's at work, so I'm watching her.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, that's how they basically see us as, man. Like they try to pander to us so bad, man. They do it in such the most horrible and racist damn way.
It's like when Hillary Clinton was all like, I carry hot sauce in my purse.
Yeah, that's
like man, I would if I was black, I'd just see that as the most condescending fucking shit.
I know.
You know?
It's really funny.
The best way.
I have a lot of
best way to appease an audience. Don't pander.
What's funny
because the idiots are still going to vote for you.
You know, honestly, I really think like somebody needs to just like walk up to AOC and be like, black people are people too, right? You don't have to fucking condescend to them like they're children. They're fucking adults.
Guys, Dog is talking.
All right, Ann.
No, I was just gonna say that I've had quite a few black friends, but all of them have been like the whitest, act the whitest people ever because I've usually met them at anime conventions, and they said it's really funny because like white people will come up to them and try and speak Ebonics, and they're like, excuse me?
Excuse me, that's not how I talk. We talk anime-like.
Yeah, well, yeah, they were total weebs. They were like really ridiculous. They were the Sasuke as Mine Girls.
Yeah, I just be looking at them like, you do realize you sound dumb, right?
Well, yeah, it reminds me of that old Chris Rock thing about Colin Powell, that people are like, oh, he speaks so well. He's an educated man. He's not going to go out there after talking to the president and go, we're going to drop us a bomb today. No. Fucking racist motherfuckers.
It's like, and they are so dumbfounded to it, man. Like, that's what it is, because they think that we're stupid. Because I don't know, it's like,
well, you scratch a liberal and you find a racist pedophile every fucking time. You look behind them and there's either a dead hooker stuffed in the trunk of a car or a live kid chained in the basement.
Aww. What if they have both?
Creepy Uncle Joe Biden couldn't keep his hands off a biker mama with both those fucking bikers looking at him like they were going to crush his fucking skull with a wrench any second.
Oh, man. Did you see Twitter on that whole entire shit? Like, but oh, man. Like, I think it was a Twitter moment, like, about when, when Trump had, when he had posts like that, he had posts like that meme up of like what Joe Biden talking, and all of a sudden it's like an image of him coming behind him and like sniffing his hair and shit like that, and like Twitter lost their goddamn actual Twitter itself lost their goddamn shit over that.
Yeah,
I put that link to that video of AOC. Go listen to that shit, man.
Oh,
you know what? I don't pay any attention to her because you know what? I've got a drunken wine aunt that I don't talk to anyway.
I call her old donkey chompers.
I just call her Auntie Winebox.
It's her just because he thinks she's hilarious.
She really does look like she could eat an apple through a fence.
between her fucking whatever that Ilhan motherfucking is and stuff like that. And
Talib, Elon Omar, yeah.
And fucking Talib, man, them three, oh my god. Those are three of the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, man. That's the unholy trinity of dumbassery right there.
I love the whole. If I'd been in office when 9/11 happened, I would have voted against military force. It's like, yeah, and they would have bounced your ass out of office so fucking fast it wouldn't have been funny. I'm sorry you were 9 years old and playing with your Barbies and with your brother's Hot Wheels stuck up your ass. But things were a little different back then. We didn't take shit off people. Fuck her. I mean, I couldn't believe that shit when she had the balls to stand up there and say that shit.
Now listen to this. Ocasio-Cortez, who often refers to Republicans as racist, white supremacists, and xenophobes, complained that it was so hurtful that people called her out for the way she talked to the black audience members of the National Action Network.
Yeah.
She's hurt now that it's done to you, when you get called a racist and a xenophobe, you're hurt.
Yep. The liberal cries out as she strikes you.
Oh, those liberal tears.
So delicious.
I'm technically a liberal.
I'm gonna do a fucking video on that tonight.
You know what pisses me off is I used to have a lot of liberal friends, dudes that were like, dudes that didn't, they didn't agree with my politics. They were like, I hate the military. And I was like, why? And they were like, look at what it did to you. Look what it did to your friends. I was like, okay, I can respect that. But nowadays, you don't find that shit. You don't find your fucking liberal Democrat friend who's like, yeah, I believe in legalizing marijuana and prostitution, but fuck them Mexicans. You never hear that. It's all or nothing.
I believe that married gay couples should be able to defend their marijuana plantations with fully automatic guns.
Yes. Yes.
That's a libertarian point of view.
Well, it used to be a Democrat point of view.
Yeah, that's the left is shifting.
I'm actually a Democrat, but I live in a red state, so Democrats in red states are usually more centrists.
Yeah, that's about how it is here.
You dudes in America, all your politics are practically flip-flopping, while ours are just pretty much just stubborn idiots.
Oh, well, big deal. You fucking let pandas fucking vote. I mean, for shit's sake. And why didn't you fix bayonets and drive all them abo fucks into the sea before they polluted everybody's bloodlines?
Well, it's not our choice.
Fucking UK can't do anything right.
Dude.
Oh my goodness. So you lost a war to emus. You do not get a say in this.
Yes.
You know that emus aren't allowed up here? I looked it up because I was like, it'd be kind of cool to have an emu, but no emus are allowed in Alaska.
They fucking die.
They die.
All right. So some laws.
You know that you could have a crocodile though?
Some laws are only in place because some idiot did it.
Well, you're not allowed to bathe a horse in the bathtub here.
I'll give you an example. In Kentucky, it is illegal to get an elephant drunk. You know some motherfucker. When the circus came to town, gave that elephant some Jack Daniels or something.
No, just a shot of whiskey.
No, I know someone who owns an alligator, and that's perfectly legal up here, but you can't have an emu.
Can you imagine going to rob that guy's house?
You do realize that emus are equivalent to raptors, right? There's fuckers in their claws.
But alligators.
If Jurassic Park has taught us anything, it's that you can train raptors. Therefore, you can train emus.
Oh, I'd like to see you try, dude. I'd love to see you try.
Oh, hell no, I'm not that suicidal.
I heard they're delicious.
They do have a... tastes like turkey, but with a lot of iron in it.
Yeah. Dude, you had an emu in your backyard, you'd have a polar bear in your backyard, and the emu be gone.
I don't live where there's polar bears. That's a little further north.
Oh, that's right. You live where there's wolves and Eskimos.
They prefer Alaska natives.
Somebody gonna eat that emu. That's what's going to happen.
Well, people in fucking Westford.
I could just see like two moose walk up to each other. Y'all see that 6-foot chicken in town?
Oh,
when did we get 6-foot chickens?
Want to know something really funny? Is Mythbusters was up here, right? Yeah. And they were looking for a moose for a myth, and they said that they just went around Anchorage because they asked for an instructor, and they just went to Anchorage, our busiest city, and they found a moose in front of the strip club. Is the one they used for their myth.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that episode.
Good was.
Yeah, it was like right in front of Fantasies on 5th, which is now closed.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, hey, I don't blame that moose. He's been out there in the fucking woods. He just wants to see himself some strange fucking hairless tail.
Hey, he didn't go to the Bush Company.
Yeah.
Don't take shame his thing.
What's that strip club called? The Angry Beaver?
We have a strip club called the Bush Company.
That makes sense. Anyway, I gotta go, guys. I gotta go get some dinner before I prep for side quest. But
thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, I just wanted to hop in and say hi. So thanks for having me on. Congratulations on 1K. And see you guys later. Yeah, nice to meet you all, except for Pat. I met you before.
I met you before.
We'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Yeah, I'm so special.
Special. You're my special black friend.
I'm the special hippo.
Oh, but you're not. Who is that who says he's everybody's best black friend because he's their only black friend? Which YouTuber was that? I subscribed to him, but it seems like YouTube keeps
that
on
black guy
unsubscribing.
T. It was that black guy T.
No, it wasn't Black Guy T. It was
some black guy.
It wasn't some black guy. It was
Baz Fizz.
I don't remember any black guy.
No, his intro was really catchy. It's I'm your best black friend because I'm your only black friend.
Tyler Preston.
Yeah. I kept on like subscribing to him, but then I kept like YouTube kept unsubscribing me to him, and I'm not sure why.
Maybe he just didn't like the content.
Maybe. It's just like you can't have it says I can't have a black friend.
Wait, if you have any other black
YouTube's race is confirmed.
Oh, that's right. I had other black YouTubers I was following. It's like, nope, you can't follow him if you have other black friends.
Yeah.
You can only have one.
He has to be your only black friend.
Yeah, he has to be your only black friend.
Yeah, you mix Wild Turkey and Monster, and it tastes really syrupy.
Of course, it's Monster.
You're not bouncing off the wall.
Yeah, Wild Turkey tastes sweet anyway.
Yeah, but why would you kill it?
I can't stand its aftertaste. It's kind of got a kick to it.
But
I'm a wimp.
I mean, it can't be worse than the McCarty's aftertaste. That's just pure anesthetic.
I'm a wimp when it comes to alcohol. I really am.
I used to drink 151. I used to drink 151 out of the bottle up at the motor pool when we'd be POCSing vehicles.
My for hard alcohols, my drinks of choice are Jameson's and Captain Morgan.
What are you, a fucking hobo?
Hey, what's wrong with Captain Morgan's?
Mine is Bailey's.
Oh, I love Bailey's. Have you ever mixed Bailey's, Jameson's, and black tea together? It's so good.
No, but I mixed Bailey's with eggnog, and oh boy, was that great.
If you mix Captain Morgan with eggnog, it tastes like a powdered donut.
I'm gonna try that next time.
I'm Crown Royal or E&J.
Let's see, Jose Cuervo, Gold, and Mountain Dew.
And Kaizen's never drank. Ever.
I don't drink.
Pussy.
I don't necessarily drink. I only
He
drink
doesn't
on, like,
drink. He just does meth off of hookers' asses.
Oh,
that's
fine.
every weekend.
That's only on the weekends. It's on Tuesdays.
I drink on occasion.
Yeah. I only drink when I'm sad.
I pretty much
sad
quit
every
drinking.
day.
I pretty much quit drinking, and the VA gave me a choice, OxyContin or whiskey. So I went, I'll take whiskey.
Yeah, I mean, both are going to destroy your liver.
Might as well have a good time. Oh, man.
Yeah, I have issues with my my pain in my wrist because they would generally prescribe ibuprofen for that, but I react to ibuprofen the same way a dog does. It makes my insides bleed.
Ouch.
So I've got a pretty bad allergy to it.
Feminists make my insides bleed.
Well,
that's
yeah,
like me with. That's like me when I use freaking spray aerosol shit. The skin doesn't like it.
Spray what?
Deodorant.
Oh yeah.
My skin does not like it at all. It just breaks out, and I feel like I'm burning.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you're over 14, you shouldn't be using spray on anyways.
Now use wrong. And also I think aluminum that's got in it. That non-aluminum shit in it.
Jesus Christ, everybody's all worried. Oh, it's got aluminum in it. Bitch, we used to put radium on our armpits and fucking call it good. Shut the fuck up, you wussy fucking motherfucker.
Hey, I'm not wussy. Blame my skin, man. It legit freaks out.
No, I have the same problem. I have really sensitive skin. I have to order special. I have to order special brands of makeup because normal makeup makes me all poofy and weird.
Yeah.
I'm a white dude. My skin's to keep my insides from falling out. That's about it.
I'm Mexican.
I'm Australian.
You know, you're
Even though
supposed to stop right after you cross the border, not go all the way to Alaska. Jesus fucking Christ.
Actually, I'm half Mexican. My mom was born and raised in Alaska, so my dad died in Mexico, so she came up here to be with family.
So you got an igloo full of stolen guns and food, right?
Oh, and we're
great for those bear attacks.
We're also trying to like transport all my relatives up here, but it's just kind of hard because you have to go across 2 borders.
Bad enough hitting one border, like damn.
Well, the good part about living in Alaska is when someone says south of the border, you can be confused. Which border?
Which border?
I went to Alaska once. I went to this place that's like way the fuck up there, and I was stuck there for 2 months, and most of it was darkness.
Did you go to what is that place? I know there's an army base like near Barrow, but it's not Barrow.
Where I went is probably shut down. It was a depot.
Okay.
You know, they used to store fun stuff up there, and we spent 2 months basically working in the fucking dark.
I've never been north of Fairbanks, so I've never been up into the tundra.
Yeah, this was just icy wasteland. There wasn't even fucking moose, man.
Yeah, probably. You were probably up in the tundra. That place is. There's like no trees. There's no trees. There's no anything really.
There wasn't even a tall Eskimo to break the fucking wind.
So Alaska isn't just one big tundra where everybody lives in an igloo?
Nah.
We all ride moose to school.
Weird.
Yeah, we all ride moose to school though. That is true.
That I can believe. You know, down here we ride gators. We would ride gators to school.
You know, I saw this documentary on Australian saltwater gators and stuff, and apparently there's this lady who has this giant saltwater gator in her yard, and she says, "Oh, my dad kept it as a pet. I throw out a chicken once a week, and it doesn't seem to hurt anyone because it's no longer hungry." And I'm like, really? And they were amazed because this thing's lived on her property for like, she's an old lady, so this thing lived on that property for 80 years.
Jeez.
I'm like, you Australians are crazy. You're keeping gators back in your backyard pool just because you're like, if I feed it chicken, it won't hurt anyone.
I mean, there's this chick in Florida who taught her gator how to ride a 4-wheeler.
Oh my goodness!
I love
great.
So it's funny about something like that. I remember there was a story that we had a storm somehow. We had a big storm, and somehow a fucking hippo was in the middle of this debris shit, and this woman just like looks at it. It's just like a legit baby hippo. Somehow it must have escaped something, so she takes it home and actually raises it. Now it's in the zoo now, but it actually was a pretty good guard dog. Funny enough. I'm not gonna lie.
Who's gonna try and rob the place that has a fucking hippo in the yard?
You know that I used to have 3 wolves living with us. Well, they were wolf dogs, but they had the minimum. Like basically, they had the maximum you're allowed to have for wolves without needing a special license to keep them. Unfortunately, they're really old, and 2 of them died. I still have one of them.
Oh,
she's a real pain right now.
Oh yeah, that's because she's old and crotchety.
That sounds like my cat.
But Buster was adorable, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
He was the only one that actually looked like a wolf. The others just looked like big huskies.
As long as they ain't hungry like wolves.
She looked like a bit of a dingo kind of thing, but after when she got older, she was all chubby and she was like a literal tube dog. Fat little tuber just walking around.
Dude, I think it's so cool that dingoes are double jointed in their heads. You can actually turn their heads like all the way around. That's so awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I'm gonna have to find videos of that later.
What the fuck is wrong with that country? The whole fucking
You're telling me. Dude, you want to know something really sad? Is that our politicians said that our copper cable is perfectly fine. Do you see the irony of that? I would love to get some of my copper cable out of my ground and strangle him with it. Say, yeah, it's fine. How about you like it? Our internet is shit.
Well, maybe that's because you're in a giant wasteland.
Yeah.
See, everybody thinks Mad Max was after an apocalypse. That's just some poor bastard trying to get to the store to get whiskey.
In Australia, yeah, I can believe that.
It's not an apocalypse. Australia just somehow got disconnected from the rest of the world.
Yes.
Yeah, your internet finally just cut off.
Your internet cut off. Everybody went crazy.
Oh, I can totally see it.
Twitter and Facebook got banned, and now no one knows what to do.
Well, I can't send tweets anymore. Time to strap on a codpiece and kill some folks.
I don't know. Sounds legit.
Wait, or Orange? I forget.
We do have Tumblr and MySpace, but who the fuck uses that?
Okay. My Tumblr. What's even on there anymore? Last I checked, it was 50% porn, but they banned that.
But they banned it.
I've been having a hilarious
cards.
I've been having a hilarious time like going through their fat acceptance posts because you guys should look up healthism. It is so funny. They're like, you shouldn't have morality on health. Saying that someone, if you do this, you'll be healthier is just oppressive because what if you're not healthy from the start? Are you saying I'm immoral? I'm like, you're just trying to justify the fact that you weigh 1,000 pounds.
Yes.
I don't want to change it.
No. I'm not saying you're immoral. I'm saying that you're going to die at 25 because of a heart attack.
Quit moralizing health.
I grew up in the 70s and 80s, so when I think of a hefty woman, I think of that fucking chick in church that sat there with the weird box hat and the veils. And she was all, she looked like everybody's fucking aunt, matron, big ass, and that's what I think when people say fat. And then I go to Walmart or Fred Meyer or the county fair and I see escaped circus freaks.
Oh, I've been doing a lot of studying on this whole thing. And apparently at my very biggest, which I was close to a size 20, I would have still been considered a small fat, which has less, basically,
oppression.
They have less oppression than what they call the death fats, which is their cute name for the morbidly obese, or the infy fats is another thing they'll call themselves. They're like, how come on TV, if they show fats, they only show small fats?
I'm sorry. When you have to go to the sporting goods section and buy a tent so that you can wear clothes, you need to seriously rethink your life.
Pretty much.
Who would call themselves death fat, honestly, now?
Honestly, that sounds like a really metal band name.
That's fat.
That's fat.
Definitely.
Oh my goodness, I can see it. It's like, you remember when fat was meant pretty hot and tempting, right?
Yeah, I heard it's actually coming back.
Yeah.
It's a girl metal group, Death Fat.
and all they sing about is food.
In German, so it sounds awesome.
In German or Russian?
Yes.
Yeah, for some reason it always sounds better.
And they're all singing from reclining beds because they can't get up and walk.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. The lazy boys that have been retrofitted to move around.
Yes.
How could they sing metal then? You need a bit of lung power. And have you ever heard these Death Fats talk? They're like, hello.
It would be like modern rap where there's a pause between every single word.
Well, that's what blows me away is they talk about how healthy they are and they breathe worse than me and I've got lung damage.
I'm healthy at my size, guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I said. That's why I just be looking at them just like, oh, dear God.
Get that man an oxygen tank.
Yeah, because I mean, Pat's heard me sometimes on the stream when I'm having problems breathing, like last summer, and I don't sound as bad as these death fats.
Oh God.
And you seriously thought I was going to die back when it was raining ash. That was fucking wild.
Oh, Lord.
Just
And the
tell
females
me.
worse, 'cause like I told you,
I'm a chain smoking
all of them
asthmatic
trying-
and I breathe better than these people.
all of them are trying to be like these, these fat Instagram models and shit.
I like what
all we need to really do.
Wasn't it Steven Crowder who said that Tess Holliday's blood type is pudding?
Yeah. Have you seen her recent pictures? Holy shit. I'm sorry. if you're big enough that you can have a life-size portrait tattoo of two different people on your arm, that is no longer a bicep, that is a ham hock.
Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to get going. My little one's grandparents are here.
Aw.
But it's been a fun stream.
Boys. It was very fun to join.
Oh yeah, this is enjoyable.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, once again, congratulations on 1K subscribers and to many, many more.
Oh,
Congratulations on 1,000.
All right. I hope everyone has a pleasant rest of their day.